y'all, it's Raegan. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hit that red button down below and join the family. I post new videos twice a week. It is prom season, y'all, and I'm so excited. So I was like, what better video to film than a prom makeup tutorial? This is also like really good practice for me because I'm going to be doing some girls makeup next week for my high school that I went to. Their prom is next Friday, and I'm doing like 5 girls makeup. And I'm really excited about that, so this was like a good way to practice and like test out some things and figure out what I wanted to do. So I did this makeup tutorial to hopefully help y'all feel as beautiful and look as beautiful as possible on your special day. I really loved how this makeup tutorial turned out. It's a very pinky, corally, mauvey, nude look, and I just love it. So if you want to see how I did this makeup look for prom, then keep watching, guys. I hope you enjoy. So let's go ahead and get into this prom makeup tutorial. I did my makeup for prom 2 years. The other 2 years I got it done, but honestly I preferred doing it myself because even if I got it done, I would go home and like fix a bunch of things because I like things a certain way. And like sometimes I would change my fake lashes because I didn't like them, or I would change my lip color or change my blush color, just like a bunch of different things. I just am very picky about my makeup, and so I really enjoyed when I did my prom makeup by myself. But we're just going to play around with some stuff. I don't really know what the end look is going to look like, but we're just going to get creative and see where it takes us. First thing we're going to do is pull up our hair because I don't want all of this in the way while I am going at it. I know some people like to use a headband or something, but I usually just clip it up and get it out of the way. So I already moisturized my lips, and I use the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. This stuff is really good. I've talked about it in a favorites video before. We're going to be using 2 primers, not just 1, 2, because prom is a special day. So I'm going in with the NYX Pore Filler Primer. I'm going to use this one around like my T-zone where I tend to get oily and makeup tends to set into my pores. So I'm not using a lot, just where I need to. I also have already moisturized. You need to moisturize before you do your makeup. It helps your makeup look so much better for so much longer. Like, trust me, moisturize. But make sure you have time for it to like dry into your skin. Like, give it a good like 15 minutes to soak into your skin, or it might mess up your makeup. And the second primer we're using is the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. Yes, I know this one is very expensive, but it's also very good, and I have hit pan on it, which I'm very sad about. But I'm going to put this one all over my face, even over what I just put on, because this is going to really smooth it out and just create that really good canvas for my foundation. Also put your primer down your neck because it helps your foundation blend when you're blending your neck to match your face. So now we have created this nice silky smooth canvas for our foundation to go on top of. I'm also going to use this Too Faced 3-in-1 Hangover Replenishing Primer and Setting Spray. I know I said we were going to use 2 primers. I usually use this for setting spray, but I think today I'm going to use it as primer. Hopefully it adds like some good moisture, like a good moisture layer to my skin, so my foundation goes on very smoothly. For our foundation, it is no surprise that I'm going to be using the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. This one, I'm telling you, lasts through all kinds of like sweat, swimming, anything. It looks flawless no matter what. And the new formula also took out sunscreen, and so you don't have to worry about flashback. Don't use a foundation that has sunscreen in it because it will cause flashback in all your prom flash photos, and you don't want to look like that. This is a good recommendation. You don't have to use this one, but this one's very good. I'm going in with this little Real Techniques round circle sponge. I've just been using it a lot lately. Now I'm going to go in with the Becca Under Eye Brightening Concealer. This stuff is really good, and I think throughout the day you are going to develop like dark circles under your eyes, and like your makeup's going to kind of break up under there. So this just gives an extra layer of like protection from your dark circles getting out and showing. Also put it on my lid as kind of like a primer for my eyeshadow. It just gives a lot of a good brightening coverage compared to just like a typical concealer. Like, look at the difference that just made on my under eyes. I look so bright and awake. I just love it. Now I'm going in with concealer. I am going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This stuff is really good. Y'all know, I mean, most everyone loves it, but I'm not going to do a whole lot. I mean, I know that looks like a lot, but I'm not going to be like dragging it out or anything. Just going to put a little bit on my forehead, down my nose, chin. But you have to make sure you blend this in fast or it does set, and then it looks really bad. Now I'm going to go in with a darker shade of concealer. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, and I'm going to cover up any like blemishes I have because the Tarte Shape Tape's a little too light for coverage on blemishes. So the next thing we're going to do is actually, we're going to go in with a cream blush, and I've never been a cream product kind of girl, but I tried this out recently and I realized that my blush stays on so much longer when I put this on as a base. So I'm going in with the Glossier Cloud Paint Seamless Cheek Color in the shade Beam, and I'm just going to put a little bit, but this just, it doesn't fade at all day. Your blush will stay on all day, and blush has been my biggest problem of like staying throughout the day because it always fades first and like really fast, and so this like keeps your blush on all day. So just taking a few dabs and dabbing on my cheeks. Such a pretty color. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. And you want to do this before you set your face with powder because you're not supposed to layer creams on top of powders. So see, it's just like a little bit of color, not much, but just like giving that base to your face just really helps your blush stay on all day, and that's what we want. Now we're going to set our face, and I'm going to be using the Too Faced Peach Perfect Powder, and I'm going to be taking this tapered brush and really packing this powder and setting my under eyes. Now I am taking a fluffier brush and I'm going to set the rest of my face lightly. Now on to contour, I'm going to be going in with the Bobbi Brown bronzing powder in Golden Light. I have been using this religiously for like a year now, and it is dying on me. But you know, I'm going to use it until I can't use it anymore. So we're going to go pretty intense with this contour because we want to look chiseled. Look at the difference. I mean, this isn't really blended out, but such a good difference. A trick is to take some of your contour and put a little under your lip, and this like seriously makes your bottom look so cute and pouty, and that's what we want. We want big juicy lips. And then I'm just gonna contour and blend out my nose a little better. Also a little bit on the sides will make it look like you have a really intense Cupid's bow. Now we're going in with bronzer, my Holy Grail bronzer, the Milani Baked Bronzer, and this is mainly for bronzing and buffing out that pretty harsh contour we just went in with. Taking a fluffy brush and just like going over the contour. And these two colors just like work really well together, and they just blend each other out beautifully. Like, look at that. Yes! So now we're going to clean up that just a little bit because sometimes the bronzer can get all over the place. I'm going in with that brush that I put the powder under my eyes with. I'm just going to line down right where like I think my contour and bronzer should stop. And then a little right here because I want to keep this bright. And then right here. And now we're going to do blush, and the blush color that you choose really depends on like the color of your dress and like the color that looks good on your skin. Corals look really good on my skin, and I'm also not going to prom, so I don't have a dress, so it doesn't matter what color I use. But this is my favorite color to use on myself, and it is the MAC powder blush in the color Modern Mandarin. It's a really pretty coral, and it goes really nicely with that like cream blush that I used. I'm not going to go too heavy because you know you don't want to look like a clown, just a little bit. I also like to put some on my nose because it makes you look all sun-kissed. Now for highlighter. This is going to look jank. Please don't judge me. I'm going in with the Bobbi Brown Shimmer Brick in the color Sandstone, but it broke in the airplane on the way home from spring break. And so I'm just going to make it work. I like to go in with like the 2 top light colors and blend those together and apply those to my cheeks. It makes you look like you're glowing from the inside and not like you applied highlighter to your face. I don't know how to explain it. It is magical, and it's really been like my favorite highlighter for the past month. I'm not going to use only this highlighter. I'm going to use one more because we want our highlighter to be pretty intense. Doing the tip of my nose, but then skipping a little space and doing up here on the bridge of my nose. My Cupid's bow. And then also a little bit right above my brows. It'll look better once my brows are actually done. Maybe a little on my chin. We're also going to go in with a little bit of Becca's Champagne Pop. This is a little sample size, but I'm getting the most out of it. And I'm just going to do a little bit right on top. This will just make it look a little more intense. Oh yes. But see, it looks like it is really natural. Like I promise y'all, it doesn't look crazy. I'm going to take my blush brush and just kind of blend it out just a little bit so there's not any kind of highlighter line. So we're pretty much done with powders on our face, and now I'm going to go in back with the Too Faced Priming Setting Spray and just really blend all those powders together so it looks like our skin. I think it's time to do eyebrows because I look freaking crazy without eyebrows. Going in with the Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil, and we're gonna make these brows look a lot better than they look right now. So my eyebrows are done. They look pretty intense, but I like them that way. Actually, they don't look this intense. I don't know, the camera always makes them look so much more intense than they are. But to set my brows, I'm going in with the Glossier Boy Brow. This stuff is so good. I'm telling you, it will make your brows stay in place through a tsunami. No joke. Now we're gonna do eyeshadow. So I'm trying to decide between 2 palettes. My 2 favorite palettes at the moment are the Anastasia Modern Renaissance and the Anastasia Sultry palettes. I don't know. I mean, obviously it would come down to what dress I was wearing, but I'm not wearing a dress. I know this looks bad. Sorry, I use it a lot. And like this one's definitely more cool tones, but I love the shimmers and like pressed glitters in this one. It makes me very excited. So I think I'm gonna go with the Anastasia Sultry palette because these glitters, like these shimmery shades in here, I feel like you need a shimmery color on your lid for prom. So I'm gonna take a flat brush and kind of set my eyes and get ready for some eyeshadow. So we're gonna start blending our transition shades out. I'm gonna go in with this one right here in the shade Birch. Just a very light hand, very light hand. I'm just gonna start working this into my crease. So I blended it on my lid, and then I also brought it down under my eye because I want it to look like very cohesive and just all together. And now I think I'm gonna go in, we're gonna be a little adventurous. We're gonna go in with this really pretty like reddy pink shade, and we're gonna warm up this eye look even more. I think it's gonna look really good with like the corals I have going on. I think that turned out really good. Like, it looks a little different on camera than it does in person, but like, not in a bad way. It actually looks better, I think, in person. Okay, now we're gonna deepen it up. Let's see. Now we're gonna go in with this shade right here, and we're going to blend that out in the outer part of my eye and just try to deepen this up. and then also a little under my eye. I'm going to go back in with the brush that I was using, and I'm just going to make sure this is all blended out. I want it to look very blended, very seamless, and very cohesive. Like, I don't want any harsh lines or like where you can tell colors are like different than other colors. We're gonna deepen this sucker up even more, just a little bit more. I'm gonna go in with this brown shade right here. I'm gonna go in with this brown shade right here, but I'm gonna mix in a little bit of this red too, because I want to make sure I keep it kind of warm, and the red's gonna play like a trick on your mind and think it's warm, even though these are definitely cool toned. Going back in with that brush we used in the very beginning, and I'm going to blend all of this out like a lot. So my camera died, but I'm back. Let's hope it doesn't die again, because the battery I'm using now only has half a battery left. So now we're going to go in with the shimmery shade, but before we do that, I'm going to be applying this Too Faced glitter glue. This stuff is so good whenever you really want your like metallic shade to like really be intense and to last all day. So I'm taking a little bit on my finger. You have to be really careful, because if you get this in a place it's not supposed to be, it will completely mess up your eyeshadow, and it'll make the sparkly stuff stick to a place that it's not really supposed to be. You have to be really careful, and then you also like can't really open your eye after you apply it. So I think I'm gonna go in with this Kylie eyeshadow in the color Snowflake, and I'm just gonna apply this a little bit, almost like a base, to make sure that like this is really intense. So I want it to be really intense. That's metallic, but I don't want my lid shade to be like this white gold color. I want it to be a pinky color, so that's what we're going to go in on top after this. This is just to make sure it looks very metallic and sparkly. Now we're going to go in with this little brush, and we're going to spray it so it's kind of damp, and we're going to go in with this really pretty pink color right here, and we're going to apply this right where we just applied the liquid eyeshadow. Just taking my time and make sure I'm really patting it on, and make sure I'm not like getting it everywhere. Like, I just want it to be on the like inside of my lid. But now I'm gonna go back in with the brush that I used to bring all my browns and little reds together, and I'm just gonna make sure this is blended out and like there isn't any harsh lines, and it kind of blends away any of the little glitter flakes that got places it wasn't supposed to be. That is metallic and beautiful. Now we're gonna go back in with that Kylie cream eyeshadow in the color Snowflake, and I'm going to be applying this like to my inner corner, because I love inner corner highlight, and I'm gonna blend it in a little bit. I'm just gonna make sure like my eyes look really bright, and then I'm also gonna blend it just like down here a little bit. Also gonna add it a little bit to the tip of my nose and my cupid's bow, and I'm also going to put it right up here. Now we're gonna clean this up because it needs to be cleaned up, and I'm just gonna wipe like directly up like this, so the eyeshadow looks like a very straight line, but like not too straight, because I want it to still look like it's blended. So I'm going back in with this, and I am going to take this shade and this shade and maybe a little bit of this shade, and I'm gonna go under my eyes just a little bit, because I really want this to look cohesive along with what I put on my lids. And I'm kind of going for that smoky look. Going back in with that brush, I'm just gonna clean up everything under here. Now I'm going to be doing a thin line of eyeliner, and I'm using this Urban Decay Blackout eyeshadow, because I'm really not a firm believer in liquid eyeliner. I just think it looks too harsh sometimes. So I'm going to be going in with a thin line of this just to prep for my fake lashes. And of course you don't have to do fake lashes, I just am in the mood to. And if I were going to prom, I definitely would wear fake lashes just because I like the way it looks. But you definitely don't have to wear fake lashes. So the fake lashes that I'm going to be using are the Lily Lashes in the style Miami. They're pretty intense, but if you want a good like option from the drugstore, I love the Demi Wispies from Ardell. They are amazing. Like, I legit only have one set left out of all of this. These are probably the ones that I'm going to use for the girls who I'm doing their makeup for next week. They're just my favorite, and I think they look really, really good. We're gonna go in with these. Gonna go in with this Duo Clear Lash Glue. Okay, so let's apply them. I'm gonna speed this up because it's probably gonna take me a little while to get these suckers on. So we got one on, and now we gotta do the other one. So the eyelashes are on, and now I'm gonna go back in with that black eyeshadow, and I'm gonna cover up any glue that is showing from when I applied them. This just really blends it all together and makes it look like your eyelashes, even though we all know we don't have eyelashes that look like this. I'm also going to apply a little bit of mascara to blend them into the fake lashes, and then also apply it to my bottom lash. I'm going in with the Telescopic Carbon Black Mascara from L'Oreal. This stuff is really, really good. So I'm going to spray my face one more time with the setting spray to make sure even my eyeshadow is like really soaked in and nice and blended. And now we're gonna do lips, and I'm gonna go in with the Kylie Jenner lip liner in Angel. I'm gonna line my lips. I'm gonna overline them just a little bit, nothing too crazy. Now I'm gonna go in with a liquid lipstick because liquid lipsticks last a long time, but I'm gonna go in and add a gloss over the top of it because I like glossy lips, and I think glossy lips will look really good for prom. So I'm going in with the color Candy K. This shade's a little bit lighter than the lip liner I just applied, so it's gonna do like a really cute, very subtle ombre effect. We're gonna make sure we let this dry before we go in with our gloss. For gloss, I'm going to be using the Kylie lip gloss in Oh You Fancy. This one has like some shimmers in it, and it looks really, really good and just really glossy and makes your lips look juicy. And there you go, my prom makeup tutorial. This is legit what I would wear to prom, and I actually really, really love it, and I would feel so beautiful. But before I end, I want to give you a tip that I'm not going to personally do now because I'm taking this makeup off probably like within the next hour because I have nowhere to go. But if you're doing this makeup for prom and you want it to last all day, I suggest spraying your face with hairspray, any kind of hairspray. It's legit horrible for you, but it's only a one-time thing, and so like you're not gonna die. I've done this a few times and I never break out from it, so like you're good. Just don't do it often, but I'm telling you, hairspray sets your makeup and like nothing's budging it. Nada. Your face kind of feels a little bit weird, but I'm telling you, it works like a charm. Like if you need your makeup to stay all day, sweat, rain, anything, hairspray the heck out of it. It's a drag queen tip. Drag queens spray their face with hairspray, and I saw that in a video like a year ago, and ever since then it's been like the tip I'm gonna take to the grave with me because it is so good. But I thought I would share it with y'all. But yes, this is my prom makeup. I actually love, love, love the way it turned out, y'all. I feel so beautiful, and like this is exactly what I would wear to prom. Like I wish I did my makeup this good when I did my makeup for prom, like my freshman and sophomore year. Like this is good. Like honestly, this is better than most of the makeup that I paid for when I got my makeup done. Not bragging about myself, I'm not like at all, but I just know what I like, and so like I just love the way that my makeup turned out. Most likely if I was going to prom, I would like do my hair up, like have it look all out of my face, you know, because that's like the best way for like hair to stay when you're getting all sweaty at prom. Then I would have like some pieces down and like probably curl these pieces. Not like super curly, you know, you don't want like ringlets. You know, just a little bit so it would like frame your face nicely. And like this is how I would wear my hair to prom. And like big pretty earrings that went in my dress. And that's what I would wear to prom, even though I'm now 20 years old and I no longer go to proms. And that is it for this prom and makeup tutorial. I really loved how it turned out. I hope y'all do too, and I hope it helps y'all feel as beautiful and as special as possible on your prom day. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe down below before you go. And I will see you in my next video, guys. Bye!